Hey everybody, welcome to Monday Night Inking. Yet again, it has returned. Sorry I didn't do an announcement on my story like I usually do, but I was in a time crunch trying to get the pencils for this done so that I could have it to live stream tonight. Wheeler says, yo, you're the first one in, Wheeler. Good to see you. Let's see, I'm going to finish working on this adorable werewolf baby. And if you've never seen a werewolf baby, now you have. Still really enjoying this tool. Feel very optimistic and positive about it. And there's other tools, but this is the main one right now. Get a nice juicy line. What a cute pup. Absolutely. He's going to turn into a giant monster, but you know, that's how werewolves do. Let's see what I say over there. A little bit of forehead render. Kind of adds to the expression and emphasizes the fur. Ahmed Jafari is here. Hello. Bill joined. Good to see you, Bill. Little furry ear. All right, gonna render inside the ear a little bit. Actually, do I want to render it? Yeah, because it's fur. Normally I would say it's a minor element, so maybe don't give it that much emphasis, and it's far away from the focal point, but it's fur. I can get away with that. A little bit of leg shadow, a little bit of ankle there. Sort of combining human and canine anatomy. I didn't really get any guidelines on this little pup, so just sort of went for it. Geardon Art says hello, or waves rather. Same thing, I suppose. Hello to you too. And the little toesies. See, this is where they start to look like human toes. Right next to that full-grown werewolf foot, so maybe a little bit of contrast there. The only thing about this one is the ink dries a little bit slowly on this compared to the brush, so I'll get like, you know, ink on my hand that you can like stamp around. See that tiny little smudge there? That's from touching that part of the hair. So I just gotta be careful. But it's a small learning curve, all things considered. Let's get the arm fur going in the same direction as the other one. There we go. Wheeler says American Werewolf in South Dakota. Don't give away my secret, dude. I'm definitely not a werewolf. Okay, there we go. Put the rest of the arm in here. I had to redo this whole arm so many times to get it the right size. Let's see. Oh, I gotta do the nose. Little nose. There we go. You sure? I watched Silver Bullet and you have the same baseball bat. Yeah, as we all know, I own many, many baseball bats because I am a sport fanatic. And I definitely know all the different kinds of sports and can tell them apart with my eyeballs. Put in a lot of effort on this one to do more form shadows. So we're going to see how well that works out. So this is going to be full shadow, underside of the foot too. See how successful that is. But what I don't want to do is fill in the black spaces with this brush because it will take forever to dry and get smudgy. So I'm going to go back and use a different tool to fill those in. And down here, since all of this is happening in cast shadow, so is the pup transforming into or out of a werewolf while being carried, or do we have to wait and read the story? I honestly do not know. This is, these are the variant covers, so I have a fair amount of creative license. I just know that in the previous issue, this character was very invested in, like, the pups of this werewolf group. So I just sort of worked that in. This is most likely not part of the story. If it is, I'm weirdly clairvoyant. Let's get the zipper on the coat here. Are you holding your phone or is it on a stand? Well, here are both of my hands. So no, I am not holding it. I have one of those flexible phone grabby arms. That's been very useful. It would be awesome if I could hold my phone this still. That would be a level of multitasking I have yet to even conceive. Go. I was just curious, man. No, you're all good. I just had to be snarky because I'm a snark machine. I do think, though, this arm is probably coming up on its last legs. Should probably get something better. Might be time to upgrade. Let's see. Here's the edge of the shorts. That's gonna have, it's gonna be mostly in shadow just because of the wolf baby there. Will you live stream the drawing before the inking? So you mean the penciling, basically. That is the stage that comes first. Generally not. Very occasionally, if it's something very simple, I will do that. But for the most part, penciling takes, that's where like the work is. You have to like make and find the drawing. That's where all the technical details and stuff come in, and it's probably not only not fun to watch, it takes a lot of concentration, and I'm sure it would be boring in a penciling live stream. But I'm sure there are people who do that. It's just a question of their approach and their skill level. Personally, I don't think I would do that. This cast shadow. This is going to look out of place until I get this cast shadow laid in, but for now, that's where it's going to be. Okay, what did I say I was going to do? I was going to lay in some of the blacks. Let me get this part of the jaw laid in so I can fill that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let me get this. There's some nice folds on the outside here. Outside of the jacket. Zoop. Zoop. Yes, I like this character's jacket. She has appeared the fewest times on the covers, but I really like her outfit. See, everybody, that is a hand with no caffeine in it. I don't know if you're referring to my actual non-drinking of coffee, if that is a conversation that we've had, or you're just making a joke about how my personal hand works, but either way, that's funny. Ah, it's smudged. Okay, let me do this braid because it'll be fun to watch before I do some of the blacks. How your hand works. I don't talk about coffee. Tastes and smells bad. Well, good for you. I like coffee, but I gave it up. I don't do coffee, alcohol, or sugar anymore. Some very good decisions, ultimately. Not fun at first, but ultimately very positive results. Okay. Hey, do you ever watch YouTubers that draw, like Echo or Jazza? I don't think so. I mean, I probably have at some point. I just haven't kept up enough to recognize the names. I used to watch a lot of, like speed painting and speed drawing and stuff to just sort of help teach myself, but I haven't done that in a while. Why, are they cool? Do you recommend? Oh, let me get the other end of this braid. Okay. All right, I'm gonna fill in some of these blacks here. Actually, the nose, let me do it with this because I want to leave a highlight. Oh, okay, he does like photorealism. That's cool. I've seen some cool photorealism in my time. There you go, tiny little black eyes, little beady eyes. Made a drawing out of Skittles. You mean like drawing with them like crayons or something? Like they leave a deposit? I guess I imagine they would. There's a lot of dye in those, but that sounds fun. Oh, you know, I bet if wet, a Skittle would probably behave similar to a watercolor. Well, melted Skittles he painted with. Okay. I can see like just holding them and you know, grinding them around. If they were just a little damp, they would probably leave a trace. Gonna be careful around there. Maybe come back to that area right there with a more refined tool, probably the brush pen. Some places with fur you want to be subtle. Okay, so some around here. All right, I'm going to try to say y'all's names. Vastif Saftarov Art gives a thumbs up. Alec Pierce waves. Hello all. It's our Solus. Heart eyes. Thank you. Okay, let's get this side here. Oof. TMI ate something yesterday that is still not agreeing with me, has not been agreeing with me all day. Ugh. Is this professional work or personal? This is professional. This is the final Goosebumps cover for the set of 5 that I've been doing the past couple months. And it is the only thing I had to ink today. Otherwise, I would probably be doing something else. Okay. You know what? That hand would cast more of a shadow on there. Let's see. So I can do this without making it read like line weight. Go around the shape of the sort of the puppy's butt here. There we go. Ah, that really feels like light. That's nice. A little bit of dry brush in here, just cut in a little more nuance. All right. Oh, I was gonna go up in there, wasn't I? Let me do... I said this was a solid shadow. Let's do that. Sort of lean it around. Folds like that protrude enough that they tend to be rimlet like that. There we go. I have to go very low battery, and I gotta clean my studio. Those are 2 very good reasons. Alec, have a good evening. Enjoy your work and hope all goes well. Thank you, you too. Wheeler says, I think I asked this a long time ago at a con, but can't recall. Does drawing, inking, etc. run in your family? My family is artistic, but I'm like the only one that draws. Like, I have a sister who is a singer and an actress, and I have a sister who's a filmmaker, and I have a sister who does like professional, like product display design. So we're all artistic. But yeah, I'm the only one that draws. I think any of them could draw if they like learned, but they all have their own things. I was just thinking about that earlier today. My artsy family. All right, then we have the hard shadow cast from the neck over there. The Vibing Dude joined, hello. All right, I'm gonna fill that in. Where does it end over here? Check my pencils. Oh, I think I let the collarbone stay popped out a little bit, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna get the other tool. Pop in some black on there. There we go. Really starts to get a dimension there. Shadow. Shadow does so much. Oh, well, I got this out. Let me do the mouth here. Wheeler, you saw that immediately. Oh, you're funny. Yeah, there is. You got that eagle eye. The way you show shadow is pretty good, too. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Where to go from here? Let me do these braids. This character has sort of wavy hair, so in addition to like the braid shape, you want to imply some crinkling. So that's all black behind her, so I'm gonna have to, if I want to do some like flyaways, I have to go back in with white, but that's fine. I just need to remember to do it afterwards. Just make it a little bit broken up, just not super smooth, orderly lines. And you get that sort of wavy hair effect. Let's see. That's working out, I think. Just the tiny feathery lines is fine for hair. At least in fine detail, anyway. And a cover can be fine detail. I don't know if I'd do it. I almost definitely wouldn't do it this meticulous if it were an interior. Interior you want to read quickly. A cover you want to linger. There we go. A little bit more on the end here. That's going to be black around it, so I don't want to make it too heavy. I can't really go over here right now without getting smudgy on that. So let's start doing this hand. That's going to be on black too, so I don't need to worry that much about the line weight right now. Or ever, maybe. We'll see. A little bit of haloing, like leaving a white space between the hand and the shadow behind it, can make it feel further forward, but you don't want to overuse it. People use haloing in different ways. That's something I've been noticing in other people's art lately. How different people use it and what it accomplishes. Okay, there's that hand. Do you start this drawing and others from the center character after determining a perspective line? I can actually walk you through that. That's a good question. Let me close this here. Let me find the thumbnail. So, this is the thumbnail for this piece. You can see it bears a very vague resemblance. Basically what I usually do is I will put in a rough sketch, then I will find the perspective in the sketch, and then refine the sketch based on that perspective, which at this stage does work for me just because I'm familiar enough with perspective and how it works that I can eyeball it reasonably well, that adding the perspective after doing the sketch doesn't affect it much. It's more just to fact check it, sort of. So as you can see with this one, this is the horizon line, and it goes through basically all the character's shoulders. This character is a little bit shorter, so it sort of goes through her neck. This character is a little bit taller, but also standing on higher ground, so it can cross her lower down. That's okay. So they can still be arguably about the same size. And this character is obviously much taller than them. These characters are all kids, so that means where the line crosses her, like right here on her shoulders, neck area, that means if she were right up on him, her shoulders and neck would be there. So that's sort of how you work out the perspective in the thumbnail stage. And honestly, I didn't really worry about these that much. A deep enough distance, your eye will kind of believe whatever you tell it. Don't tell anyone I said that. Use your perspective, kids. And these obviously are some of the vanishing points, just to sort of to establish where the ground is. That's very important. And then I ended up doing just some not speed lines, because I guess nobody's really moving, but just sort of drama lines down there. So I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah, I do. I draw the figures first, and then I add perspective and sort of fine tune them based on that. And that was a fairly rough thumbnail. Some of them get much more meticulous, but this one was pretty simple from the start, I think. All right, that's all right. I can go in and do the hair here. But that was a cool question. Thank you for asking that. The thumbnailing is the actual important part. The rest is just kind of drawing. Thumbnailing is where the storytelling happens. That answers the question. Learned some more. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm happy to answer perspective questions. I love perspective. It is so very important. Drawing without perspective is like having a body without bones. House 8. Oh, he's here. All the best, folks. All right, I'm going to move to this hand. Big old foreground hand. You got to be bold with foreground hands. Meathead Mondays. Oh, yeah. And the nose needs to be a little heavier here. Okay. I don't often have a hand prominent enough that you need the palm lines, but it seemed pretty necessary here, just to make it not feel like a totally flat surface. Wheeler, I don't understand what that should be. A short, black with white lettering. Oh, and some lines going through the lettering. I don't I don't know what that means, but cool. Sounds pretty. Oh, you all probably saw I got my xenomorph prints in today. They came out lovely. So I was very happy with those. I still need to color the Monty Python piece. I haven't done that yet. Oh, a shirt. That makes a lot more sense. I was thinking like a Pixar short. It's like, how is that an animation? I don't understand. Whew. It's nerve-wracking doing such a prominent piece here. Bring that in. Don't need that. And that irritating spot will remind me later to white it out when it's a little bit drier. Yeah, they did. Shirts, yes. All right, we got like a soft cast shadow from the hand. So that's gonna be black in there for the sleeve. Oh, looks like we're back. Whew. I was just clicking end and it came back in. It was paused for buffering. Let me get some of this black here. Well, I gotta render the tongue a little bit. Bump up this line weight. The line weight on the lips, assuming you can see the teeth, will have a lot to say about the expression. Because that means, what that's saying is how tight the lips are against the teeth. So if it's a heavier line, the lips are standing out. And if it's a thinner line, they're pulled very tight against the teeth. Someone dropped me a comment, so I know it's still working. It hasn't changed since it popped back on. I don't know if it's streaming properly. It says live, but I don't trust it. Working. Okay. Thanks, dude. I had enough trouble with getting the stream to start last time that now I'm paranoid. There's some tiny fingernails. Let's see. I guess I will do this one's face. Oh, I was going to do the tongue. Just gotta let it recede a little bit into the shadows of the mouth. There we go. That little bit makes a difference. All right, we'll do her face. Trying to stay in focus there for you guys, sorry. I get carried away and I drift off to the side. Oh, very small. Very small face. Hashtag very small face. Amos just joined. Hello, Amos. All right. The other side of very small face. That shape is not great. We'll see how it works with the other one done. Ken Shepard, wow, welcome. Been about a minute. All right, let's get the eyelashes on this side. All right. Ken says howdy. Let's get these tiny eyes. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Tiny eyes. Here we go. Oh, stop shaking. There. Okay, that one's good. Luke Tudor 007 joined. How very good of you. Whew, okay, got both those eyes. Fill those in, and I'm going to want highlights on those once they are fully dry. I'm going to give that some time. Let's do these brows. All right, there's that. That's going well. What else we got over here? I'm just sort of killing time now, I got to admit. That food is still not sitting great with me, so I might wind it up. Do some face over here. Wolf hand or wolf foot? Yeah. I want to save those. Like, I like to do sort of the similar planes at the same time, so I have a good sense of what the line weight should be. I don't want to just jump right to that. Those eyelashes there. Go. She also has full black eyebrows. Okay, that's her hair a little bit. There we go. Go around the face a little bit. Here we are. Okay, all right, tell you what, everybody. I am going to pack it in and call it a day, but thank you for joining me on this stream. This is what we got done today. That was a little bit prior, but mostly just these. And if Instagram is generous with me, then I will post this to IGTV, and you can rewatch it there if you like. If not, I will see you guys next Monday. Have a great evening.